Welcome to the Visual Storytelling Podcast. Let's discuss how to achieve a shallow depth of field in your photographs. Now, to achieve a shallow depth of field in your photographs and create that beautiful background blur or bokeh effect, follow these steps. Use a wide aperture. Set your camera or lens to a wide aperture, so a small f number like an f1.8, f2.8 or f4. Wide apertures allow more light to enter the lens, resulting in a shallower depth of field. So people still get confused about this. The smaller the number, the wider the lens, the more light comes in. So smaller means, in this case, means more. So use a large sensor camera. Cameras with larger sensors such as full frame or APS-C naturally produce shallower depth of field compared to smaller sensor cameras. Get closer to your subject. Move physically closer to your subject while keeping some distance between the subject and the background. This minimizes the depth of field and enhances the background blur. Use a telephoto lens. Telephoto lenses naturally have a shallower depth of field compared to wide-angle lenses, making them great for achieving bokeh. And increase the focal length. So zoom in or use a longer focal length on your lens. Longer focal lengths also help in reducing depth of field. Focus on the subject. Precisely focus on your subject. Using a single focus point or manually focusing can help ensure your subject is sharp while the background blurs. Lower ISO and use a tripod. To maintain image quality, use a low ISO setting to avoid noise and use a tripod to prevent camera shake, especially in low light conditions. Use ND filters. Neutral density filters can allow you to use wider apertures in bright conditions, further enhancing your ability to create a shallow depth of field. And shoot in aperture priority or manual mode. Take control of your camera settings by using aperture priority, which is normally the A or AV sign on your camera, or manual, usually depicted by the letter M. So using those modes to set the aperture and other parameters as needed. And experiment and practice. Achieving the perfect shallow depth of field may require some trial and error. Experiment with different settings and practice to master this technique. Again, experiment with different settings and practice to master this technique. Remember that the exact settings and techniques may vary depending on your camera and lens, so it's essential to familiarize yourself with your specific gear. Additionally, the distance between your subject and the background, as well as the quality of the background, for example, distant lights or foliage, can also impact the quality of the bokeh effect. Now, before I conclude this episode, I have a small ask. I'm looking to have more guests on the podcast to provide you with more value. With that in mind, if you work within the creative space and would like to have a conversation about what you do and the benefits it offers others, get in touch and let's have a conversation. I'll leave my social handles in the description. Once again, thank you for lending me your ear. I genuinely appreciate your time. Don't forget to follow the Visual Storytelling Podcast, and until next time, be creative, be inspired, be you.